Welcome to the Daily Vibecasting. Super Bowl 2026 wasn't just about football. It was the official coming out party for AI and space internet. While Starlink beams down globally, ByteDance's new model is threatening to erase the entire film industry, and the job market is bracing for impact.
Okay, so let's just unpack this, because usually the day after the Super Bowl, we're talking about, the halftime show or a bad call.
Right, something normal.
But this year, it felt like the commercials were the actual battlefield.
Yeah.
We just watched the tech industry declare war on, I don't know, reality itself.
Oh, it was a total flexing contest, plain and simple. We saw companies moving from just like innovation to full-on infrastructure.
What do you mean by that?
They're not just selling products anymore. They're selling the rails the entire future is going to run on.
Exactly. And the biggest flex, I think, came from a company that almost never advertises. We have to talk about that Starlink ad. Sawyer Merritt and the official Starlink account dropped the footage. SpaceX's first ever Super Bowl commercial. Which is just, it's wild when you think about it. Musk famously hates paying for advertising. I mean, X is his megaphone.
So for them to drop, what, $7 million on a 30-second spot, that signals a huge shift in their strategy.
A massive shift.
Right. And the ad itself was so surprising. I think we all expected, rockets, Mars, maybe some space tourists floating around.
Yeah, the usual sci-fi stuff.
Instead, they went completely retro. They used this old narration from Arthur C. Clarke, recorded way back in 1964.
The author. The guy who wrote 2001.
That's the one. And he's talking about a future where we can contact anyone, anywhere, instantly. The visuals were just people, in deserts, on mountains, connecting.
It was a very deliberate message. The tagline was just fast, affordable internet available everywhere.
And they're getting there. Sawyer Merritt noted there are over 7 million subscribers now.
Okay, but that's the real question, right? Why spend the money now? If you're already winning, if you're growing like crazy, why buy the most expensive ad slot in the world?
That is the question. Because a lot of the fans, they were hoping for a Tesla full self-driving ad to maybe boost the stock.
Of course.
But Musk pushed the space internet. Why the utility over the flashy car?
It's a defensive move. It is 100% a defensive move against Amazon.
Ah, Project Kuiper.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos is building his own constellation. So this ad wasn't really for you and me. This was a warning shot to the competition.
So this is a land grab.
Precisely. Starlink needs to become the Kleenex of satellite internet, the default name you think of, before Bezos even gets his system fully online. They're trying to own the whole layer.
The infrastructure layer again. Okay, so speaking of wars, let's pivot to the other huge narrative from the game, which was AI.
Yeah, that was unsettling.
There was this fascinating catch by B&J about Anthropic. They make Claude the competitor to ChatGPT.
Right.
Apparently, they changed their ad copy at the last minute. The original was a direct shot at ChatGPT, something like ads are coming to AI, but not to Claude.
Which is true, by the way. We are seeing more sponsored stuff creeping into other models.
But the one that actually aired was so much smarter. It just said, there is a time and place for ads. Your conversations with AI should not be one of them.
And that is a brilliant repositioning. It's like they're trying to become the Apple of AI.
The premium privacy brand.
Totally. They're betting you'll pay a premium just to not be sold to by your own computer. They're treating you like a client, not the product.
Which is such a contrast to what Adventure Twins pointed out with that Dunkin' Donuts ad.
Oh, the sitcom one.
Right. They used AI to de-age Matt Damon and Ben Affleck and drop them into this fake 90s sitcom.
And this is where you just see it happening in real time, the normalization of AI reality. I mean, the Uncanny Valley critiques were flying online.
And just to clarify, Uncanny Valley is that creepy feeling you get when something looks almost human, but not quite.
Exactly. The eyes are a little dead, the mouth moves weird, it triggers this, revulsion in your brain. But millions of people just watch deepfake tech sell them donuts.
So it's normal now.
It sends the message that this is just how media is made now. So you've got this split. Anthropic is saying, we respect your mind, and everyone else is saying, hey, look at this cool magic trick.
It's a culture split. Okay, so speaking of digging into infrastructure, we have to talk about what's happening underground.
The Boring Company.
The Boring Company. For years, this was just like a joke, right? Tesla's in a tunnel. But at XFreeze dropped some hard numbers from CES. The Vegas loop moved 90,000 passengers, and the peak was 6,600 riders an hour.
And that number, the 6,600 per hour, that's the one that really matters.
Is it though? I mean, it sounds like a lot, but compared to a subway in New York, isn't that kind of small potatoes?
You have to compare apples to apples. A heavy rail subway costs billions per mile and takes a decade to build. The Vegas loop is competing with surface traffic.
Ah, okay. So it's not about replacing the subway, it's about beating the gridlock on the Vegas Strip.
Exactly. And the economics are the real story. If they can actually scale this thing, the profit margins could be staggering compared to public transit, which almost always loses money.
And it's building a moat around it. I saw this clip from at Mars University X where Musk claims they open source patents from Tesla and SpaceX to help the competition.
It sounds so altruistic, doesn't it? I'm saving the world. Here, take my tech. But let's look at this cynical take on what open actually means here.
Go on, because open source is supposed to be a good thing.
In hardware, open sourcing your standard is often how you win. If everyone adopts your charging port, your battery tech, your tunnel dimensions, then you own the platform.
You're not giving away the castle, you're making everyone else build the walls for you.
Precisely. You control the standard, you control the industry.
And speaking of control, something that flew under the radar from @SloobyDoge, XAI's Grokipedia just hit 350,000 backlinks.
Okay, this is huge, but we got to explain why backlinks even matter to a normal person.
Right, a backlink is just a link from another site, a vote of confidence for Google.
It's internet street cred. If a big site links to you, Google thinks you're telling the truth.
So Grokipedia getting 350,000 links means?
It means it's starting to overtake Wikipedia in some Google search results. This is the truth economy.
An SEO war for reality.
It's a war to redefine where truth comes from. We spent 20 years trusting Wikipedia because it was crowdsourced by humans. Now we're shifting to a world where truth is curated by an AI and optimized for search rankings.
That's a terrifying thought. And while he's grabbing facts here on Earth, there are rumors his gaze is shifting in space. At Tesla Economics brought this up. A lot of chatter that SpaceX might be deprioritizing Mars.
Follow the money.
You think it's that simple? Mars is his whole brand.
Always follow the money. NASA pays for the moon. The Artemis contracts are guaranteed government revenue. Mars is a cost center. It's a money pit. Even Musk has to pay the bills.
So the moon base is how you fund the Mars colony later, a stepping stone.
You got it.
Okay, so we have space, we have tunnels, AI ads. But the story that actually genuinely scared me today came from @ehuanglu.
CDS 2.0.
Yeah, from ByteDance. The claim is you upload a full script, not a prompt, a script, and it generates an entire scene.
And we have to be clear here. It's not just a video clip. It's doing the VFX, the voice acting, the music, the sound, the editing, all of it.
The footage was this high-end sci-fi battle, mechs, explosions, and the user said literally every job in the film industry is gone.
And that's not hyperbole anymore. For a long time, we called AI a co-pilot. This is not a co-pilot. This is a replacement for the entire production pipeline.
What does that actually mean for, movies?
It means the value of a $200 million blockbuster drops to basically zero. Scarcity disappears.
And at Grimm's connected this to gaming. He posted a comparison of the Will Smith eating spaghetti video from 2023.
Ugh, the nightmare fuel one, the glitchy mess.
That was only 3 years ago, and now we have this. He pointed out Steam already has over 1 million AI prototypes. He's quoting Mark Kern, the ex-lead of World of Warcraft, saying traditional game studios are obsolete.
It's the end of Hollywood narrative, but for everything. We're about to be drowning in content that looks expensive but costs nothing to make.
So what happens to the people, the developers and creators?
They adapt. Or they try to.
There was this really interesting thread from @Antigravity about Google's new IDE. That's the software where programmers write their code.
Right.
It's called Anti-Gravity, and they're pitching it as the zone.
It's just you and the AI agent.
It's this idea that you're not writing code anymore, you're just vibing with the AI. And at Delba Oliveira and at Peter Jang, we're talking about this idea of compound engineering.
This is fascinating. Programmers are using nostalgia sounds, like old Warcraft noises or Mario coins, to trigger dopamine loops in their brain while they manage the AI.
Wait, hold on. We are tricking our own brains with childhood video game noises just to keep up with a machine.
It's a coping mechanism. Because look what's really happening. Developers aren't coding anymore. They're babysitting agents. They're middle management for a machine. The zone is just a way to make you feel like you're still the artist.
That sounds absolutely exhausting.
It is. And here's the scary question. If the AI learns from your workflow, How long until it doesn't need you to plan the workflow anymore?
That's the question nobody wants to answer. Okay, that is heavy. Let's, at least the view is nice, right? The Olympics.
The drone footage.
Yeah, at Sundeep shared clips from Milano Cortina. They're chasing skiers down the mountain with drones.
The angles are incredible. Just impossible for a human to get.
It's so immersive. But people are complaining about the noise. Apparently it sounds like a swarm of bees following the athletes.
It's the perfect metaphor for 2026, isn't it?
Yeah.
We trade silence for spectacle. We trade the natural sound of skis on snow for the buzz of a machine, all for better camera angle.
And while we're watching that, what are we doing on our phones? At Grok released funky dance templates for the Super Bowl.
Of course they did.
You can make your dog or a raccoon dance in a football jersey.
And that's the duality of it. On one hand, ByteDance is automating Hollywood out of existence. On the other, we're distracted, making raccoons dance on our phones. We are amusing ourselves to death while the entire infrastructure of our reality gets rewritten.
That is, yeah, that's the vibe. High-tech awe mixed with this creeping feeling that we're just becoming spectators.
We are the passengers in the Vegas loop. The car is driving itself, the lights are pretty, and we are just along for the ride.
So what's the prediction for tomorrow? What's the next shoe to drop?
My prediction. Based on that C-Dance 2.0 news, you need to watch the unions.
Yeah.
Look for a major strike or a lawsuit from the Screen Actors Guild or the Writers Guild within the next 6 months.
You think so?
We thought the strikes in 2023 were the big ones. No, that was a rehearsal. The real labor war against AI is just getting started. When you can replace an actor with a script upload, they are going to go nuclear.
I think you're right. The legal battles are going to be just as wild as the tech. All right, that's the download. Keep your eyes on the feed and your head on a swivel. This was the Daily Vibecasting. We're out.